I noticed when I uploaded this video here, all my likes literally just disappeared from this video. And I've noticed now when I recently just checked my the YouTube studio to look at how many views. This had 105 views, and then it went down to 64 views, and now it says it's at 91 views. So I mean, I have been used to this over the years of YouTube always deleting the views and likes continuously, but I've never seen it so much on a video that's a little bit over a minute, and with the title Skeletor. I mean, come on. A lot of the ships that are illustrated in cartoons, let's just take He-Man for example, is a lot of these ships are actually like based off of real ships. And let me see if I can kind of mute this a little bit, but see how the views just went down to 88? Did you just not see that? Is these ships, oh, now it went back up to 91. These ships are actually based off of real ships. So I've always found that whether you're studying anything, whether it's like animals, biology, or whatever, it's good to have a comparison, which I don't really have the time now, but if you look at all the ships in, I don't know, Star Trek or Star Wars or He-Man, which that's where I would probably start with. And, you know, maybe even Thundercats and all the other really good classic cartoons, I'm sure you would see that a lot of those ships are based off of the clouds, you know, quote unquote clouds that we see in the sky. So it's really important information. Randomly, I woke up at 3 a.m. I went outside and I looked at the sky and I was like, there's a giant claw, a giant claw ship in the sky amongst what I thought was Slimer. It kind of looked like Slimer. And
you just walked out to this.
Yeah, and there's other objects there. And then I woke up at my door.
Skeletor.
Bam. Skeletor. Big X marks the spot. You know what that is. So, yeah, last night I was like, that looks a lot like Skeletor's ship. But I didn't think anything of it. And I went outside, and there you go. So there's so much truth into this information of, you know, I haven't seen anybody really post about it, but the ships of cartoons and shows basically are based off of true, real live ships. So there you go. Okay, what the heck? I decided to take you backstage. Backstage of the YouTube studio, just so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, so it is, 9:10 p.m. I don't even know what date it is. Let me look at the calendar. The 26th, Wednesday. Okay, there we go, Wednesday. And the like says 4 now, and I don't know, that was 5 hours ago, maybe, that I checked, that I had 10 likes, and now it's down to 4. It was at 3. It was stuck on 3 forever, and even when I took my like back, it kept only going to 3. It's just so weird, okay? So it's obviously deleted all the likes. And now, when I come back, it says 91 views. Right there. But when I go back to my analytics, let's just go to 48 hours. The past 48 hours, it has 47. Making me look like I'm crazy. Okay. So here, 46, 47. I saw it before my eyes drop. Like 40. Now it's not really doing that. It's just, showing 47. And this number is always kind of off anyway. But it doesn't go from 105 to 47. As short as it is, and not really me bluntly stating that the illustrated ships from cartoons, especially like He-Man, I'm sure you can look at Thundercats, all the others, they're based off of real ships. They're real ships. When you kind of have a comparison, if you go back and you kind of study some of these ships that have already been put out into the consciousness, into the public, then I think it kind of can bring more of this information more out. Not to mainstream. Of course, there's going to be people that are never going to get it, but maybe to a lot of people that are thinking about these things, or they're talking about it, or they're open to it, it might be more of a way to classify these ships in the sky. At 48 hours, it says only 47 views now. I mean, it's been happening for years now, and I don't really talk about it too much. Try not to put too much attention to it, but, YouTube has been doing that for a long time. Sometimes they would do it daily. They would delete a lot of videos so they wouldn't reach 100. Each day I would see it, and then it's pretty sick. A lot of times I think they're bots that are inserted onto certain channels, or there's even, those YouTubers that, they buy bots for their own channel, to promote their illusion of their numbers and stuff. And they may have an option where those certain channels can, possibly cut out the competition of the real, true, spirited beings, the ones that they copy off of. So there's that possibility too. Who knows what goes on in this world, but, I'm not going to say too much more than that. And then I was going to be rambling about this, I think this is what happens to the true original creators in this realm. It's I don't know, maybe a lot of them do make it on YouTube. I don't know. But I think, honestly, I just am a soul that's self-taught, remembering, and I'm on my own journey. And the magic's real in my life, the way things turn up and reveal themselves, that a lot of those bots out there, they only can pay for something like that. So I don't know. This is a lot of, true information. If it's one video, a minute video is getting so censored, it's ridiculous. Into the ships from all the cartoons and the shows, and maybe you'll have a comparison to maybe one night when you're looking in the sky, you might be able to recognize a certain ship. Hope that helps some of you guys out there, maybe to think about something differently. But if not, if you already know, Take care.